Hello, what's up guys? This is Mitch. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about just roughly talk about how am I gonna prep for 10.1, um, and then what we can expect. So before we start talk about anything, I'm gonna have to make a disclaimer because at this point, we don't have sims, like very accurate sims for Outlaw right now. So a lot of them is just uncertain. So what I'm gonna talk about is just how I am personally gonna prep for 10.1. A lot of stuff is gonna be subject to change depending on how early or late Blizzard is gonna fix our tier set. So let's start with this. Okay, the reason that I said we have a lot of uncertainties right now is because currently on PTR, our two-piece tier set, it's not working properly. It has a shit ton of bugs, and then we don't know when or how Blizzard is gonna address those problems. So we don't have actual sims for our tier sets right now. So that's like a very big question mark. That's the main factor that leads to why we don't have certain answers right now. And then obviously we don't have sims. The sims that we currently have right now are very like rough ones, either with current tier set or without any tier set. And then I have a lot of people asking me like, oh, how's Outlaw looking in 10.1? I don't want to draw a line right now. I don't want to make like very certain conclusion, but then at this point, roughly speaking, Outlaw is looking kinda meh, I would say. Sad face. Okay? Because so right now in very rough sims, Outlaw it's hovering maybe around 100k sim in single target without any tier set. But then we are expecting once our tier sets are working properly, it's roughly a tier set is gonna be roughly 5 to 8% damage, roughly. So even that with that, so we can see maybe we're gonna be like 105, 108k DPS roughly. But then a lot of other range spec, especially range DPS, they're simming like fucking 130 or even 140k ish. So comparing to other range DPS, a lot of melee DPS are looking very weak, and Outlaw is one of them. So, and then next is embellishments or gears. And I'm gonna talk about like how am I personally gonna prep for 10.1. So first thing, everyone knows right now because of the Aeronaut ring, we are using Fluttering Crown and Lariat. But then in 10.1, on reset, Lariat is getting a very big nerf. So we are gonna drop this. So what we are gonna do on reset on Tuesday, once you get on, what I would do is I would swap my Lariat to Slimy Boots. So I would be using these two. So if you have Spark to spare, and then you want to do that, you can craft a Slimy Boots right now, just to like, you know, just try to get ahead. Craft it early. It's gonna cost you less gold. It's gonna get more expensive once, you know, everyone start crafting it. So early in 10.1, I'm gonna be using these two. And then to replace our lariat, because we don't have a good neck in either our raid or M+. So I would also use a spark to craft a neck without an embellishment. That's my setup for early, probably week 1, maybe week 2 of 10.1. And then for toxic boots, technically you can use it for pure single target. But then unless you're swimming in sparks, I wouldn't recommend it. Like slimy boots, it's like 0.1% behind toxic boots in single target, but it's just ahead in anything more than 1. So if you unless you're swimming in sparks, I would recommend you just, you know, craft the slimy boots, keep the crown, and then craft this neck as well. And then later in 10.1, when we have access to Shadow Flame, we might potentially drop crown and use this embellishment. But this is still a big question mark. We don't have a certain answer, because this is something later gonna be, this is something that we're gonna do later in the tier, and then we don't have very accurate sims yet. So I'm just, telling you guys about this so you can kind of like mentally prepared for that. But I'm sure we will have sims by the time being, and I'll try to get the infos update. Feel free to ask me in my Twitch chat. So pretty much it. So TLDR, right now we're using this and this. And then once the patch drops on reset, when you lock on, swap to this, this, and this. Easy. And then later on, it's very likely we're gonna be dropping this, and use this for embellishments. Period. That's it. So, lastly, for builds, currently, Hidden OP is the go-to build for everybody, we all know. One of the biggest reasons why Hidden OP is pulling ahead right now in 10.0, because the 10.1 tier favors this build a lot more. But even with that, currently in 10.0, the single target difference, because like we have a lot of single target bosses fight in the coming tier, so I'm just gonna talk about like single target at this point. For single target, right now Hidden OP is pulling ahead because of the tier set of 10.0. It's roughly 2%, ahead of Keep It Rolling. And then without the current tier set, these two builds are pretty much dead even. They're very close. They're within like 1% margin. Now, if we talk about the tier set of 10.1, obviously it's a big question mark because we don't have sims right now, right? But then if we look at the tier set, the tier set definitely favors a build that casts more between the eyes, because the more between the eyes you cast, the more you can proc your 4-piece. And then Keep It Rolling builds, on average, has more between the eyes casts than Hidden OP. So in a way, we can say the 10.1 tier set is favoring Keep It Rolling a little bit more. Oh, so you might say, hey, so are we gonna play Keep It Rolling? Potentially, yes. But then another factor we have to consider is Gold Sea Strike. Gold Sea Strike, we all know what it does. It gives you 10% damage. But we all know, like, in 10.1, a lot of our damage is gonna be coming from trinkets, procs, or some other sources, including Arachnol Ring, including the Vault Ring, including trinkets. And these damage are all gonna be buffed by Ghostly Strike. So, and Ghostly Strike, it's only taken by hidden OP builds. So in a way, hidden OP is kinda benefiting a little bit more from those, external damage sources. So, but my speculation is gonna be, I think they're gonna be really close. I personally, I like Keep It Rolling. I like the playstyle. I enjoy it way more than Hidden OP. So, at least for me, early in the tier, I am gonna be playing Keep It Rolling. But once we have Sims, we will have, the accurate answer. So, TLDR, 10.1 tier set is likely gonna be favoring Keep It Rolling a little bit more, but then Ghostly Strike Talent, which we take in Hidden OP, it's gonna buff our our other damage sources. So we'll see. And I think that's it for now. This video is not meant to be like very long or anything very specific. It's just some speculations, some guesses, rough sims, and what I'm gonna do to prep for 10.1. So I think that's it for now. If you have questions, feel free to leave a message in my Twitch chat when I'm streaming. And that's pretty much it. Good luck in 10.1. And we are praying for a buff for Outlaw. If there's any updates, maybe I'll make a video, but it's likely I'm gonna be very lazy, which I won't be doing. But at some point, once we have accurate sims, I will make a guide on 10.1 Outlaw. And that's it. I will see you guys next time. Peace.